First Coast Math Clinic with Lesson 1, Graphing Inequalities, from Unit 3, Inequalities, from our Pre-algebra and Algebra curriculum. So the goal in this video is to be able to create graphs of inequalities and write inequalities given graphs. So just a quick review on inequalities. So we know our inequality symbols are greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. And when we graph our inequality on a number line, we get different types of circles that represent our greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. For our greater than and less than, we get an open circle. For our greater than and equal to, less than or equal to, we get a closed circle. So if we had a problem like x is greater than 10, right, to graph this, we would start with 10 on a number line. Our greater than values are all the values to the right. Our less than values are all the values to the left. So our values to the right would be like 11 and 12. Our values to the left would be like 9, 8, and 7. So that's always how we graph on a number line. Since x, we want to figure out, well, where is x going to be in relationship to 10? X is greater than 10, right? So since x is greater than, we want an open circle. We're not including 10, so we want an open circle at 10. And x is greater than, so we're going to shade in all the values that are greater than 10. So our value for x are going to be all the values that are greater than 10, not including 10. Now, if our inequality was x is greater than or equal to 10, now our graph would be a closed circle at 10 because we'd include 10, so we'd use our closed circle, and then we could shade all the way to the right. Okay, let's do some examples where we create graphs from inequalities and then write inequalities given the graph. So number one, we've got 17 is greater than or equal to y. So let's graph our 17 in the middle of our number line. We know our greater than values are to the right, less than values are to the left. We want a closed circle at the 17 because it's greater than or equal to. Now, where is our y? Y is less than. 17 is greater than y. So y is less than 17. So let's think of our number values, right? 18, 19 are to the right. 16, 15 are to the left. Y is less than 17. We could also write this as, like, if we switch this inequality around, y is less than 17. So our less than values are going to be to the left. So our graph should look like this. Number two, negative 23. Greater than values are to the right, less than values are to the left. So think of our number line, right, for our negative values. If I have negative 23 here, then 0 is all the way to the right. So this value is going to be like negative 22, negative 21, negative 24, and negative 25. Z, or negative 23, is less than or equal to. So I want a closed circle here. Okay. Negative 23 is less than or equal to z. So if we want to rewrite this, maybe put our variable on the left, we could write this as z is greater than or equal to negative 23. Since our variable is greater than, right, we think of kind of like the mouth of the inequality is opening to the variable. So the variable is greater than the number, so we're going to shade to the right, right? So if our variable is greater than the number, we're going to shade to the right. If our variable is less than the number, as in number one, we're shading to the left. Okay? 3 and 4, we're given some graphs. Let's write the inequality based on the graphs. Number 3, we're starting at negative 12, and let's say this is our value for x. Well, we know our greater values are to the right, lesser values are to the left. So, well, where is x in relationship to negative 12? Let's think about this, right? If this is negative 12, 0 is going to be off to the right. So this is going to be like negative 11, negative 10, negative 9. And this is going to be like negative 13, negative 14. So these are our lesser values. So for our inequality, negative 12 should be greater than x, or x is less than negative 12. Since we have an open circle here, we want either greater than or less than. We don't want equal to. For number 4, greater than to the right, less than to the left. X is right here. So I'll put 9 here and x here. So where is x in relationship to 9? Well, x is going to be greater than 9. So I want my inequality open to 9. But since we have a shaded in circle at 9, x is also going to be equal to. Okay, so we can have 9 is less than or equal to x, or x is greater than or equal to 9. So two different ways we could write this inequality. Okay, going back to number 3, so making sure number 3 isn't confusing, right? Our value for x is less than 12, so our inequality is opening, right? X is less than negative 12, so our inequality is opening towards the negative 12 in both of these answers, right? So these are two different ways we can write this answer. Negative 12 is greater than x, or x is less than negative 12. And number 4, x is greater than or equal to 9. So we could write x is greater than or equal to 9, or 9 is less than or equal to x. So two different ways we could write that answer, okay? All right, I hope this helped you guys learn a little bit about graphing inequalities. This was video number 1 from Unit 3, Inequalities. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. First Coast Math Clinic.